sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Well, the Chiefs offense going to make their way out at the helm. A now 3-time Super Bowl MVP in his 8th season in the NFL. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple. On play action, it's Mahomes. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Now the 49ers getting ready to go on offense, and it's the Pro Bowler Brock Purdy at the helm in his 3rd NFL season now out of Iowa State.
And the great story of Brock Purdy continues. Had he been drafted in the 1st round, I think people would be singing his praises to the skies, but for whatever reason, people can't let go of the fact he's Mr. Irrelevant, and they don't give him the credit he deserves. He is not just a system quarterback. He's a guy who enhances his team. Not just along for the ride, he's the one steering the ship. And without him, their ceiling significantly drops.
Out of the gun, Purdy gets this one to use check. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. You talk about this Chiefs defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now this incomplete, and I don't see any flags coming out. He was clearly in the pocket, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area. And that brings up 4th down. That's pulled in at the 32. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 2nd and 7. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
There he goes, left side. Inside the 20, Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Seven nothing is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Into space at the 45. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Niner defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Look at the big man rumble. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Extra point try now for Moody. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he returns this to the 22. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 23. Mahomes finding Juju there for the Kansas City first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Defense. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Now here's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. Mahomes to throw once more. No hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs are back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make our score 14-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. They might very well lean on him the rest of the way. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards, first down Niners.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Purdy now to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Niners at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove improve of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he'll get this down inside the 35. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Purdy will look to throw again here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Deion Bush with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And now here comes Kansas City. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. Oh, nice move. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. Here's Pacheco once again. And he is across midfield from one 49 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Mahomes going to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Now 2nd and 5. The tight end in motion right. Here's Mahomes to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end Gray. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles.
Still second down.
Right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Buying time to his... And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Niners offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back. His name right there at the top. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Chris Jones that time coming in with a tackle behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. They go play action here. Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
Purdy. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Here's Purdy. Pass incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Back to throw, Purdy. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Fourth down try. Here's Purdy. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Purdy looking to throw. That escapes the set, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Escaping the under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throw out wide is incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's fourth down. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
And able to get this out to the 25. The 49ers offense and Brandon Ayuk getting set for this next possession. And he's been the go-to guy in this offense throughout the first half of the season. As you can see, he's the NFL's leader in touchdown catches. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
And throwing here, Purdy. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Willis. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Now Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. Operating from the gun, Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Purdy sets up to throw again. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. This will be caught once again by Brown. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Trey Brown there on the stop. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Mahomes. Over the middle here to Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. Now here's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Mahomes to throw once more. His throw incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Mahomes going to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Mahomes now to throw. Shakes off the sack. Flushed out right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
And Pacheco furiously moves the chains, and that's something he did a lot of in 2023. The Rutgers product produced a 1st down on over 25% of his carries a season ago, and he continues to move the ball.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You can't be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Touchdown! Rashee Rice, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the 2nd half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will make this a 4-point game. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Purdy now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the 1st down marker.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Purdy, that's to McCaffrey, complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How Why did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Shotgun now with Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Slot man moves right. Purdy will look to throw again here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Niners first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Second down and 6 now.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Eluding the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to find his tight end Gray complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a couple. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs.
First down, Chiefs.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Open man right side is Rice. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41.
A handoff now for Pacheco.
Gets around him. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Throwing now is Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of him.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
2nd down and goal. Mahomes to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Butker's kick here is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Back to throw, Purdy.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Purdy to throw.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So now let's look at the situation. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, so barring a first down, they could conceivably get the ball back.
So now it's all about defense and stopping the clock. Don't give up any yardage, right? Use your timeouts. And your offense always practices going downfield without timeouts. You know, those 2-minute drills, most of them are run in practice without the benefit of timeouts and want to make it as tough a situation as possible. They're in it right now.
2nd and 6. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
To throw is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Patrick Mahomes. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down, and it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So Purdy and the Niners
down by 2 touchdowns. 1:38 to go. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here.
Here's Purdy to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's Purdy. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Throwing, Purdy.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Deion Bush with a pick.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Chiefs, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1.
And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.